How y'all doing? Welcome to my video. So today I'm going to talk about a situation that happened roughly about 2 weeks ago. But first, I want to show y'all. I don't know if y'all are going to be able to see this yet, but I'm going to try to show y'all this view right here. If y'all could possibly, I'm not sure, see like the tree line way back there. Probably about 250 yards away. 300 yards, but anyway, so the situation I'm going to tell y'all about today happened, like I said, roughly 2 weeks ago, almost a month ago, and this involved me sitting outside of my house with my fiance, and we're just chilling. I was drinking a beer, me and her was talking. We had a really long day, and so keep in mind, I've seen a lot of questionable shit in my time. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in the air and in the sky, and a lot of crazy shit. But this time in particular was completely different than any other time that I've ever experienced anything. And here where I'm at right now is actually one of those places that I've experienced the most stuff I've ever experienced in my life, is in seeing stuff in the air that's unidentified, or UFO, UAP, whatever you want to consider it. Like, I've seen a lot of it here, but I've seen a lot of it at my home too. And obviously I'm not going to disclose where I'm at right now, but either way, that's not important. So we're sitting outside talking, and I had a feeling normally that like something was going to happen, like, because normally when I go outside and look around, obviously the more you look up, the more likely you're going to see shit. Until you do that, you're not going to realize it. At least that's how I realize it. But so we were just talking, and I looked up, and the only way I can explain this, I'm going to try to make a picture representation on Microsoft Paint. I'm going to try to do something to, be able to illustrate and picture this event more than just my. But basically, where I went from where I was sitting, there's a tree here, and there's some more trees right here. And there's a road in front of me, and so behind, like right as if I were to look up right above my house, so I was sitting right in front of my house, there was this line of just objects, like round objects. They were like light blue colored, like they weren't really bright, but they weren't really faint. They were like, very odd looking colors. Like, it wasn't flashing anything. They were all the same exact color, and it was roughly 20, 25, 30 of them, possibly even more than that. I mean, I was so fucking like, so just, overwhelmed with seeing this shit, because it's insane. I mean, I've witnessed a lot of crazy shit, like I said, but this is definitely something that I wanted to talk about and try to get word out to see if anybody else has ever seen or experienced similar. But basically, it was just, like I said, a line of objects, 30, 40, whatever, however many you want to consider. It definitely wasn't like 100, whatever. It was a pretty good bit, but either way, there was no sound at all. There was fucking nothing. Like, keep in mind, this was like at 11, 12 o'clock at night. So actually, it might have been, it was roughly that time. Yeah. So either way, I mean, she's seen this as well, and she's obviously never seen anything like this, and she can also vouch and say that she's seen it, and I could get her to do that, but obviously that's not important. But if y'all don't believe me, oh well, I don't really care. I'm just doing this to just get this out here and to see if anybody else can relate. But these objects were going all the same speed. They were, barely, like, they were separated from each other at a certain distance. And the weird thing about it, the one thing that made me think, well, it could have been drones, yeah, could have been, but at the same time, these things, like, their speed, like I said, their speed was pretty much the same, but yet you could tell these small, like, increase and decrease of speed on some of them. At least I did. and it might be my eye, I don't know, but either way, they were going straight across the sky. Like from where I was sitting, they weren't going straight across, what I'm saying. They were going like at a 45-degree angle. So, and they all went the same speed, never sped up, nothing. They all just cruised along. Like pretty normal speed. I don't know what kind of speed to consider it, but you know, they were all going a relatively slow speed because, I mean, the event roughly took from when it started, from when I seen it, and got my fiance to look up and see it as well. Like, the event wasn't but about like maybe, I want to say roughly 3 minutes. It wasn't no longer than 3 minutes. I truly want to say that because it happened pretty fast, and at the same time, you know, they weren't moving fast, but at the same time, they weren't moving slow. So, just don't know how else to explain this, and you know, I just wanted to get that out here and just try to put this up and see if anybody else can relate, and if anybody else is interested in this kind of shit and wants me to continue to talk about this and explain my experiences, and you know, if y'all got questions or you know, whatever it may be, I mean, you know, just let me know in the comments, and obviously I'm gonna get to them, and I appreciate everybody that wants to support me, and that if they do support this, excuse me, if they do support this, then I really do appreciate it. But you know, y'all can do whatever y'all want at the end of the day, and I thank y'all for watching this, and I appreciate it, and God bless y'all.